Sulfur 9211 coming at you with another live video. And I opened the window so I could get extra uh, lighting. Excuse me if there's a glare. As you already know, this is one of the decks that I had built the other day. It is not my main deck, even though it is a copy of one of the main decks for like a tournament champion top tier style. As you already know, some of the cards that you see flipped out is because these are decks that I built for fun. As you already know, I have somewhere around 17 to 18 different decks right now because I sold a lot of them. And these two represent the Illusion of Chaos. If you want me to play with the Illusion of Chaos, then I would have to pull them out from my decks that I have for sale. And as you already know on my channel, that causes a lot of issues for me because when the deck sells, I forget to put them back in, and I had issues like that in the past. Um, and I don't tend to like to do mistakes because that is bad for my customers. This is also bad for me um, because I would be essentially lying if I sold them a deck and there's cards missing. So, okay, so with that having been said, we're gonna go over the combos. Let's try to go fast. So first we got the two Dark Magicians. Um, what do the two Dark Magicians combo through? So the first lineup we're gonna end up doing the monsters. So the monsters combo off with Apprentice Illusion, the Magician Souls. They combo off with the Rod in many different ways, like with this for the boosting, or discard to get Dark Magician to your hand. And then you have the Magician Souls obviously brings it to the field. Um, and then the Rod, you can either search something to get it, or you can search something like a secret to go into something like a Dragoon Dragonite first turn, which nobody teaches you because they don't know. Um, and then another combo could be the Spellbook Engine, because you could utilize the Spellbook Engine to target Dark Magician, dump them in the graveyard, and then from there you could send Dark Magician to the graveyard to activate the Eternal Circle Loop and then draw two cards. You can also chain to it from Tamaya's. I'm sorry, the Tamaya's the United Dragon, because you can enter a Dragoon Dragonite first turn, which a lot of people don't know how to do. It's very common. It's a very common and like low level play, but even top tier players, they don't know these simple combos because they just don't know how to play Dark Magician. And people can argue like, well, if they're YCS, how come they don't know? Well, they can be good and they do good, but they don't know that the Dark Magician can play at a top tier, at a cheaper, at a budget level. But what's popular is the expensive cards, right? And if you doubt it, you could go see the Maju deck mixed, or was the Senju, the Thousand Hands. Go look at that profile like 4 months ago. That was a budget deck, and it did like I think top 10 on the YCS. So you could see you could be budget and powerful. The other combo is with the Saravis. When you have one in your hand with the Dark Magician, Dragon Knight, Dragoon. So those are all the monsters that I know that can combo it. There's a lot more, but this is just for the build that I played, because people are gonna be trying it out. It's the one that can draw 20 cards first turn. So with that being put to the side, what is another combo? Well, actually, before we finish the Dark Magicians, we have to do the spell lineup, right? So combo it off with Circle to remove. Combo it off with Magician Salvation. You bring him to the field. Bring Dark Magician Girl. You can combo it off with Soul Servant. You can combo it off with Secrets of Dark Magic to enter Dragonite Dragoon. Combo it up with Dark Magic Attack, and then here's the one that I was talking about, the Spellbook Engine. Just draw and then send it to the graveyard. You can combo it up with Upstart if you need one, stack them, and then get it. You can combo it up with Preparation, as I already showed. Preparation gets you Saravas, and then from Saravas you could automatically go into Dragoon Dragonite if you have a Secrets. This one doesn't combo. You can combo it off with this. Veil, get rid of Brick Hands, chain to activate, and then enter there. From there you can do so many different things, even from the graveyard. You can combo it off with Dark Ruler no more. So what you could do is Dark Ruler no more, then you can bring Dark Mission with Eternal Circle to banish, and then attack. Then you can link and then do it again. That's pretty much going to be a really nasty combo. You can combo it off with the Eye of Tamayas, just Dark Magician and then straight hit Tamayas, and you can enter Dragon or Dragonite. And then you can also combo it up with Super Polymerization. So we did all the monsters, we did all the spells, and then now we're going to go over the traps. Combo it up with Eternal Soul. There can only be one. Eternal Soul, there can only be one. Dark Magician, Soul Broken, or even Dragoon. Basically, it's like a 95% win rate. No one's going to do anything. You have a skill drain. Most of the time, the skill drain is in play. Dark Magician is usually the strongest monster in play. Comboed up with Eternal Soul Circle, that's pretty much going to be it for your opponent. There's nothing he could do. So I'm going to go over some combos really quick. I need to be fast because I know there's a long video of monsters, but we're going to do this one first. So trying to find it. So if you don't know this combo, probably you never played Dark Magician before. So all it is you Rod or Soul Servant anything into this or into this from the Magician's Salvation, activate, stack, get it, and then activate it, set it. Then you can find a way to get Dark Magic Circle. There's so many ways. To establish it the first turn is like a rookie Dark Magician level. If you can't do that, that's really bad. There's something really bad about you, because I've sold decks or helped people build decks. People who are like under the age of 12 at the locals, when sometimes parents take their kids or whatnot, or they take their little brothers. They have decks, but they don't play in tournaments, and they need help, and they ask me. I show them, and then sometimes when I go, I see them doing the combo. So I mean, if like 12-year-old kids or like 8-year-old kids that are at the event, maybe they don't enter the locals, but they're just playing there with their friends because they're learning. Or also, I went to a friend's house and they were hosting like a Yu-Gi-Oh little small tournament, and there was also their brothers. And then back when I was younger, I took two of my brothers to a YCS, and I also took them to some of the local tournaments. And basically, you teach them, and they're able to do it first turn. So it's like, if they're able to do it first turn, and you're not, that's a bad sign for you. Maybe you should look for another deck. But basically, you set this up, dumping the Dark Mission in the graveyard. The best combo to do is to have a Rod in the graveyard. So Rod to discard for anything, Dragoon or anything that causes to discard, or even getting more than 6 cards, you can end your turn, you discard Rod. So when your opponent goes, you activate Eternal, Special Dark Mission, banish. You can either leave them there, or you can trigger the effect of Rod in the graveyard to tribute, and then Rod comes back to your hand. And then next turn, you try to do the same combo again, get rid of Rod as soon as possible so that you can re-trigger it, and it's a circle. You'll never get out of it. There was somebody else who was telling me sometimes I can't get into into a rod in the graveyard. Like people who are rookies or beginners, they have a difficult time. So I teach different ways, not just one. The other combo would be um, there can only be one. You don't need the rod because like if you weren't able to dump a rod into the graveyard, you could just do this route. So I know nobody teaches you these because they don't know how to play Dark Magician, but this is a very simple way to do it. So let me show you right now. So the way that you do that, um, I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find all the cards. Give me a bit. Okay, I found them. So what you do is you start Dark Magician, and then from there you link Inmat, and then he goes, then you trigger, then you bring it back, banish, and then let's say you need to do it a second time. So what you do is during your next turn you link, well you would attack, and then link. Then when you link, you bring Nightmare Phoenix. You can pop a card, and then it opens the combo again for next turn. And then you basically special, and then banish again. Now, let's say you want to do it again. Well, then you would link into Whelp. And then you got it all over again. By that time, you already went through 3 or 4 turns doing the combo. By that time, you should have dumped the rod into the graveyard because this is a stall, like a 3 to 4 turn stall with no rod in the graveyard. By then, you should have already dumped a rod in the graveyard with an effect. And when you do that, then you enter into the rod effect. So if you look at it, you could do somewhere around 8 turns like this from what I taught you right now. So if you aren't fast enough to dump a rod, you could just enter into this loop and it's the same thing. You're just using the extra deck. So those are the 2 different ways that that you could do it to enter it. So if you have a Dark Mission on in your hand, you can enter into Dragoon from there, which is what I teach. People don't know that combo is so simple. Nobody knows how to play Dark Magician. You just enter it with the secrets, and then that's pretty much it. You're gonna have Dragoon there. That's a broken combo. You're not gonna be able to activate Eternal, but it doesn't matter. Omni Negate, only one monster at a type, so that's gonna be it. You're gonna Omni Negate. He's gonna go at 4,000. What's gonna go past that with one monster? They're pretty much gonna surrender. If you doubt it, go look at my videos. It happens all the time. These are the 2 types of loops. Very basic. Like you could do it from your first turn already. Obviously, there's a lot of other combos that you could do to protect this, like bringing, for example. This is the one that I like to do. I play this and I play Dragon Knight, and then I loop Dark Magician with the rod in the graveyard. So I'm bringing, banishing, protecting the back row, bringing, banishing, protecting the back row, then purposely discarding rod to redo it again. Yeah, pretty much your opponent is locked. There's nothing he could do. You've never seen this combo. You never will. No one will ever teach it to you. These combos are old. It's just that I have to teach these classes because people don't know. Because whoever's teaching you is not teaching you well enough. And honestly, this is like a $1.50 card. This is because you could get the commons right. This 50 cents card, 50 cents card. These are $1. You have the normal rod at $1. Dark Magician, like you could build $60-$80 Dark Magician Violent with just this combo that I taught you. And people tell you like, oh no, you have to pay $1,000 to make a good Dark Magician deck. No, you don't. They just don't know how to play Dark Magician. So that's a combo. Now people want to know like the basic combos, like the cheapest combos of them all. like a basic combo. Like I said, it's not even powerful, it's just a combo. Uh, the combo would be your rod, and then from there, because you have to remember everything you do has to be middle of the deck. You have to mill into the deck. If you don't do that, then you're gonna be top decking later, because every time you don't mill, the percentage of you losing increases. People don't know that because they don't know how to play. How do you expect them to teach you? They don't know how to play. All the YCS formats, they understand. You have to mill the deck. You have to go deep into at least 10 draws or more, something like that. So what you want to do is rod to salvation. Then you hit salvation. Salvation will set the eternal. And then when the eternal is set, from there, you would play, what is it? Magician Souls, dumping the Dark Magician to the graveyard. And then you would play these combos for the circle. There's a lot more combos, but these are the main ones, if you have them in your hand or wait to get to them. So what you would do is you activate, stack the circle on the top, and then you can either use this effect to send this, or Goblin, or the Soul Servant, because you have to stack it right. Then you stack it, and you have multiple ways to draw it. You can even discard these two, or you could save this one and just stack it, draw it, and that's pretty much it. From there, you're gonna draw some more because you draw two cards, so they could be like random cards. I'm just gonna flip them face down like you drew two random cards, and then from there you're gonna link again. Then you would enter. You haven't played circle yet. This is in your hand. Get Crawley, and then you draw two more cards. So all of these cards are in your hand, and then you're gonna draw more. You're gonna draw two more. So at this point, you have way too many cards. In your hand, you have all these. Plus, in the graveyard, Soul Servant is there. You can still trigger it to draw one more. And then after you draw one more, like let's say you draw one more here. This is too many cards to hold in your hand. Then you play circle, then you draw more. Then you have the upstart to pick up whatever you want, a skill drain, even if you can't pull it from Dark Magic Circle. Dark Magic Circle always has to hit something, either with Upstart or Soul Servant. It doesn't matter. If you don't want to use Soul Servant, don't use it. Hit the circle first and see if you hit nothing. And if you don't hit nothing, you will. Don't worry. Just use Soul Servant and you'll pull whatever you want, or Goblin. And that's pretty much the basic combo. I know it might seem complicated because you draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You drew 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You drew like 11 cards or more. 11, 12, 13. Actually, you drew like 13 cards from this combo that I showed you. It's not a complicated combo. It's actually simple. I've been using this combo since 2019. It's old. People don't know these combos because they don't know how to play Dark Magician. The people who are teaching you don't know. So obviously you don't know either. It's not your fault. Yeah, but that was somewhere around 13, 14 cards. There's a way to draw even more, but this is just the basic. So to recap it quick, to end it, all you're really doing is you're just playing two cards, these two. So for Rod, you're playing him to get the Eternal. Then him, you're dumping Dark Magician to the graveyard. Then when it comes on the field, you need to at least have one of these two cards. And what you do, you're stacking whatever you want. In this case, the circle. Or sometimes you might have circle in your hand already and you don't really need to do nothing at that point. And then you just activate the trigger, send, and then send anything else. you're drawing two, then you have the card, and there you go. So that's the basic combo. Just basically Rod into Magician's Salvation, and then Eternal. Then you're just stacking whatever you want, because the second combo is Magician's Soul is gonna pull whatever you stack. And that's it. That's the circle. And then from there you go into Crawley, and then the combos start. Your opponent could have negated one or two of these combos. It doesn't matter. You're still gonna go into this whole combo because they're stopping one, and you're still drawing, linking, drawing from the draw. You're drawing more, and then also you already have cards in your hand to add. You start with 5. So if they negate one or two, you have 3, and then from the 2 that they negated, they link and they draw more, and then from those that you draw, you have 5 cards again, and then from the 5 you draw, and then you draw, and those draw more. Like basically your opponent is just wasting your time because there's nothing he can do to stop you. You already know they're not going to be playing Dragoon because thanks to Konami, they returned Dragoon back to the Dark Magician deck. We're able to play it first turn, no problem. So let me show you how to play it first turn. I've showed this combo before, but I'm going to show it again. So here we go. Rod into Secrets. Then you're going to discard one random card with Apprentice. When you do that, it'll get a Dark Magician to your hand. So this will be in your hand. Obviously, as you already know, you have more cards because you open with 5 cards, right? So you're going to have another random 3 cards. So it'll look like this. This is what's in your hand. It's like you never even played cards because you started with 5, you still have 5. And these are in the field. Then from there you link. You're gonna enter into Whelp. From Whelp, Secrets of Dark Magic. That's a Dragoon Dragonite first turn. And you still have the 3 cards to work with. People tell you like, oh no, it's impossible to summon. They don't know how to play Dark Magician. That's why they can't help you. As soon as Anaconda got bad, everybody, they stopped putting content because they don't know what to do no more, right? Did you notice that? Like as soon as it was banned, there happened like a 4 to 5 day waiting period. No more content, nobody. The only content that went up was the ban list, but they didn't put any content of how to do it. My channel was probably the only one that already had roughly like a year with content with Anaconda banned already. So the other way to play it, which is the best combo in the deck, but the other Dark Magician players tell you that it's the worst one. That's because they don't know how to play Dark Magician. So basically, you have to have a rod, and it's somewhere deeper in the game, like after first turn, second turn, no, after the second, third, or fourth, another lineup of Dragoon Dragonite open. I did a video of 9 ways to special summon Dragoon Dragonite first turn, but there is 3 more different ways I didn't cover. So here's another one, but it's after turn second and going forward. So here it is. All you need is the Illusion of Chaos. This is what it represents right here. And then 1 rod. So the way that you do it, you would have a Soul Servant or an Eternal Soul or a Dark Magic Veil or one of those.